Hey everybody, we are back and there's a lot of random tasks we have to do. I think the first thing is to add in a music system to the game. So let's go export the music. Where? I guess it doesn't really matter about the end of the track. Beginning might matter. But yeah, export. I'm not sure what to even pick here. Here, reformulate. Because I don't know what Godot can play by default. What did we do for... What game was that? The Godot shooter RPG that I made. Autonomous, Godot... Where is it? Here. Is there a GitHub thing here? There is not. But the course has a link to it. Okay. Anyway, hello. Happy afternoon. Yeah, it's on my GitHub somewhere. I just don't remember where. Maybe it isn't actually. Maybe it's on GitLab. Whatever. I'll just click this link. Hang on a second. Let me log in and see. It's taking a while. I think the serverless stuff is spinning up. Or maybe it's just not doing anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, server encountered an error and could not complete your request. Well, that's not good. I wonder how long that's been broken for. Okay, well, let's write that down. Looks like logging in with Twitch on adamlearns.com is broken. Yeah. Hey, Ramy. Okay, well, let's just go hunt this down the other way then. We want to go to GitLab, sign in. Oh, this is going to take a long time, isn't it? I gotta find my 2auth code, two-factor auth code. All right, engage security mode. I said engage security mode. Engage, wait, activate security mode? What did I? Whatever, I'll just click the button. Engage privacy mode, that's what it was. Security mode. All right, now where's my code for this? There it is. Yep, and I found it. Okay, we can go back into regular mode now. All right, code that made it to the course. This should just be publicly visible. Yeah, assets, sounds. Where's the music? Music.wave. Okay, interesting. I wonder why I made it a wave file. Let's look up Godot playing music. I think wave is going to be bigger than another format that we use. I don't know what the other format is that's supported. Wave. Are they gonna... Is there any... No music formats supported? Wave, OGG Vorbis, and MP3. I use raw data or light compression, lightweight to play back on the CPU. Downside is they take up a lot of disk space. All right, so I think we should just use wave files then. Yeah. Okay. All right, wave it is. Export wave file. Okay, save. Full song, 146, 17 megabytes. Sure, whatever, I don't know. Show files when complete. Oh, nice. Whoa, did it estimate the amount of time beforehand? That's not actual seconds though, so I guess it's just a number. It's an estimate of something. Okay, cool. It worked. So we have the town theme now in a folder here. Mudkip, thanks for the resub. Haven't been here too much. Just started my CS University course last week. Super interesting. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, I hope it all goes well for you. I remember talking about this earlier. We don't have any sounds, do we? No, we don't. I think we should put music into a different folder from sounds anyway. What am I pressing? Oh yeah, there. Music. Okay, so we'll call this. No, Rymo, thank you too for re7, and a tier 3 too. Town theme 1. Yeah, welcome back to both of you. Very nice of you. Get to meet our potential residency partners day 3, so it's a bit daunting. Wait, residency partners? Is this just a different term for like roommate? Because a residency shouldn't be a thing that you're doing in a CS university, right? I'm very intrigued by that. All right, let's see how music has changed in the last, what, 4 years since I've coded this stuff. See the Godot shooter RPG for examples on how I did this. I think they were just different audio buses. Yeah. I think they were just different audio buses. Internships. Courses split 50-50 between lectures and work experience. Oh, I see. Wow, you're going to be busy. But yeah, cool. I think it's, I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be an adventure. I remember my own college experience. So I only got a CS undergrad degree, and it was supposed to be 5 years, I think, but I ended up doing it in 4 years. And I remember that after 3 years, I was like, that's it. I'm done with this. I just want to get a job at this point. So I really enjoyed it for that time. And it's not like the 4th year was bad. I just felt like, oh, it's just more of the same at this point. I think it's hard to enjoy something for many years at a time, even if you like it at first. I wanted to make a game when I was a teen. I wanted to add a soundtrack. I ended up going down a music production rabbit hole and spent about 4 years making music. Wow. That's great though. That's really good. Yeah. You built up the skills so that whenever you make pretty much anything now, you can just add the music yourself. Okay, so I wrote some code a long time ago for playing this sound. Where did I put it? Main? I could have sworn I made some sort of... Oh, that was Botland where I made that. Yeah, I don't remember where I... Oh, toggle bus mute. Here we go. Yeah, so get a different bus, set the mute based on that. Okay. There was a way of setting the volume level as well, which I guess we did not do in this game. But where do we actually play the music? Music. I guess we could just search for music here. I just search music in here. Oh, music is a scene. Interesting. Let's take a look at that. Anything else? Toggle bus mute. It's literally just an autoplay audio stream player, which I guess is a good way of doing things. But where do I create this scene? Oh, I guess gameplay has the scene. So then something must be able to get this. There's also an audio stream player, probably for sounds. What is the name of this? ID equals 3. Audio stream player. Okay, well, then it must have been something in the gameplay section, right? Trying to figure out where I did this, but no, I searched for music there. Maybe gameplay UI? I don't know. I can't find this. Hey, Kevin. Spent almost 8 years altogether in university. Yeah, it's quite a long time. Plus, the other thing, too, is I think why you started might not be the same as why you're still there at some point. It's hard to keep the same motivation. By the way, when the viewer count goes up a little bit, I want to talk about Ella's survey that she sent out. All right, this is impossible. I just need to clone this code. This is ridiculous. Clone. All right, temp get clone that. Okay, Now let's go into that Godot shooter RPG and just search for music. And that's it. That's all we need to look for. Oh, wait. I think I know. It's always there. We just unmute it. It's not that it needs to get added. Okay, I want to do things a little bit differently in this game. Either way, I think I understand what I need to do. We've already got a 9-man D&D campaign going. Focusing on all the important stuff I see. Yeah. Okay, so for that, I had an audio stream player set to loop that was muted by default, and we just toggled the mute on it. So what do we want to do for this? Goal for this is have a music system that knows when to play music and which one to play. So main gameplay is going to be every so often. I don't know how often. Actually, I wonder how Minecraft does this. Minecraft, how does music play? Played at various points during gameplay. Some are triggered by events, others play randomly. Didn't they do something based on a certain amount of time? Random underwater tracks play randomly 10 to 20 minutes after any currently playing tracks are finished. What about just like on the overworld? User tracks can play, some are triggered by events. Tracks start playing on any already playing music. There's underwater. None of the previous criteria is met, but they're in the nether. If they're not in the nether and they're in creative, a random track plays. The player is not in creative but is currently playing. A random general track plays. These tracks all play 10 to 20 minutes after all the ones have finished. Okay, yeah. So they play them very infrequently, I would say. But Minecraft is also a game that you have open for a lot of time. But this might be the same general way and that you have it open for a lot of time. So maybe we should aim for the same general amount, 10 to 20 minutes after the last one has stopped. Maybe play the main town theme on starting a new game. Yeah. Automatically launch that process for free music. Yep. Actually, some games do just have some sort of like online radio sort of feature in it, so they don't need to come up with their own soundtrack. I think soundtracks for games are, I don't know, it's difficult sometimes because music can really elevate a game, but depending on how the game is played, sometimes you're just going to provide your own music anyway. I guess you need something to be there. Makes sense to have the music much more spread. Yeah, there will be other sounds in this game too. I think of them both as being sort of ambient games, as in the gameplay is sort of ambient. Like Minecraft is very monotonous. So while you're playing it, it's like your brain is probably elsewhere. Either you're talking to other people or you're thinking about something else or you're just sort of meditating as you're playing. That's at least been my experience with it. And I think with Skeleseller, it's going to be sort of the same. Like you're not going to be so engaged while you're playing that I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but your focus is going to be in a different place, I think. Okay, so music system. Let's go make a new scene. Actually, it doesn't matter what kind of node this is to begin with. It's not going to show up in the world, so I guess it doesn't need to be a node 2D. It can just be an other node, or it could actually just be the audio player itself. But I think I'll just make it a node. We'll call this the music system, and I'll add in an audio stream player. This one, it does not have a stream set so far. We also need a script on this. All right, let's go attach a script. Source scene scripts music system. Create that and save this. Yeah, music system. You can play so many game modes, like online allows for so much. Oh yeah, Minecraft has a lot of good things going for it, for sure. I think it's a very well-made game, or a very fun game, I should say. Hard to say well-made because I don't really know a lot about the code. But yeah, very fun. Obviously, has a lot of longevity. It's the most sold video game in existence. So Yeah. I've played a decent amount of Minecraft, but I feel like every time I get back to it, I'm just trying to play with whatever knowledge I had way back then. So they've added tons of systems to the game, and I don't know what half of them are. And also, I get kind of bored after some amount of time. Kind of crazy that it's Java. Yeah, although they have a new edition that's in something else. I don't know what they coded the new one in. There's the Bedrock version, though. All right, so we have music system, audio stream player. Let's just give this audio stream wave and give it our wave file, which should exist, right? Town theme, there it is, yeah. We just drag this up here. Yeah. We can't set it to playing. We can't set it to autoplay. We might want to dynamically load this. I'll just say like town theme 1 player. All right, let's go write some code in here. Search for UI home. I just want to see if this stuff works. I'm gonna put all this in here. So if you press UI home, it's going to play the music. C++. Private audio stream player. Town theme 1 player. Then we need to get that. Town theme 1 player, yep. And then when you press home, we're gonna play it, I guess. Yeah, play. And this will do stop. Did you update the design of the tee on the Amazon store yet? Order one on Monday, but cancel it when you said to move it up a little. So no, unfortunately, because what I did yesterday, I didn't realize this, but there were hoodies and sweatshirts online as well that got like auto uploaded, but they had the main prices. So it was like, $35 or something. So I went through and I updated all the prices, but then it said, now you can't edit the product while you're waiting for the prices to be approved. So I still need to do that. And I just haven't done it yet. I don't know if it's going to delete these listings anyway. But yeah, I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that soon because, yeah. I'll write this tonight. Or tomorrow, maybe. Something like that. Tonight/tomorrow. I might need to just put a new version of the t-shirt up. And then I'll just let you know afterward. Let Funky Monkey know afterward. Yeah. Okay, so namespace. We got that. We got that. Nice. All right, so we're just playing and stopping music. Let's see how that sounds. It should be exactly what we expect here. I think I know what's going on. I think these are getting consumed by the other part of the code where they exist, which is here. So I think we need to delete all this stuff. It was the sound of silence. No, that still didn't work. Huh, what's happening then? It's not producing an error. Maybe, oh, I never added the scene. Oh my God. All right, where should we put this? Maybe put it in UI. It doesn't really matter where it is. It just needs to exist in the scene tree. Also, technically, it should probably exist sort of outside of the town stuff. So if you change scenes, you don't lose the music. I'll just put, it doesn't matter. I'll just put this somewhere. What's it called? Music system? Yeah. Okay. Impromptu barbecue tonight. Oh. Can't believe I wasn't invited. Man. Even though I can't make it, it's nice to have an invite anyway, but no. Okay, cool. Just DJing some music over here. All right, so we can clearly play it and stop it. And now I want it to start when you start the game. Also, how will you get the music system? I guess if it's part of the town, then the town is gonna have some reference to it and tell it what actions to perform. Easter egg DJ minigame. Yeah. Bone DJ. Why do you use that weird keyboard? Doesn't have an enter button. I mean, technically, for all you know, every key is an enter button. But yeah, I've got the keyboard command, which talks about it a little bit more. It's got a video there. Why I use it is it's comfortable. I like it. I don't know. The things that got me into it originally were ergonomics. And I never really had any wrist pain or hand pain anyway. But yeah, there's very little finger travel on a keyboard like this. Every key's in any key. But there is no every key. So if the town gets the music system, then we need to know when you start a new game. Although, what should happen when you load a game? Maybe music only plays when you... Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what should happen when you load a game. We'll have to think about that. Possibly we should just think about this. Play music immediately? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do at first. What's the pros and cons of using C# over Lua? I think you mean instead of GDScript. And for that, I've got the answer in this command. It's a little hidden in here. There's the why not GDScript right there. And what is that red ring? It's just a silicone ring, that's all. Giving this keyboard as a joke. Small quick splash screen, then game menu. The worst thing is the long loading animation or splash art. Yeah. That's something we got to do eventually. I haven't made the title screen yet. And I'm not sure it really needs to be made for checkpoint 3. Obviously it needs to be there for the final game, but yeah. We might not do it in the next week. Or we might. Who knows? Maybe we do it today. Okay, so yeah, get the music system and let's go fetch this. And then when you start the game, so start game is different from load game. There's done loading and there's start game. I guess regardless, we want to play first town theme maybe. Private. Oh, whoops. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? That doesn't belong there. Game started or loaded. I guess technically that code is just here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it this way for now. And we're gonna just have the music system play its music, sing the song of its people. Music system dot play. We only have one track, so I'm not going to differentiate here. Eventually, it's obvious that we'd want to have an enumeration or something for this. Do not care. All right, there we go. I just tuned in. This is it for the morning stream. Only if you're back online. Yeah. I generally, my schedule is in the about panels in Twitch, but yeah. No, that's me talking again. Mute. Just mute the whole site. Yeah, generally it's like a 9 to 12 kind of thing and a 1 to 4 kind of thing every day. So morning and afternoon streams. Okay, so we don't need buttons to play these things. That was just me testing this out, which means you can also put this back to where it was. So this is going to play it immediately. And then when it's done, so we need to detect that it's done. There's probably a signal inside the music system for that. Finished. Yeah, finished. On finish, we want to start a timer and then play it again, I guess. town theme player dot finished on town theme one finished. Yeah. All right, this can actually go here. Is it about using your credentials again? Yeah. I just never looked into that. It's been doing that for months. But hey, why not? All right, so on finishing this, we want a timer. Let's go make a new one, I guess. This would be like play music timer or play timer, I guess. They'd be back on like 12 a.m. Oh, yeah. Usually when I say this stuff, I mean, I type out the time, or at least I guess the schedule has the time zone in it. Also, actually, the schedule should be localized for you, right? This shouldn't say 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. This should say your times. If it's not doing that, then that's on Twitch. I feel like they should do that. Yeah, it's local time. Okay, yeah. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, looking at how to start the timer up. So we need to make a new one. We need to add it to the scene, and then set an on timeout sort of thing. And I guess it's a one-shot timer. All right, this will be the music play timer. Added as a child. This is on timer, on play timer, timeout. Yeah, I think ski is right. This should be renamed to music delay timer or playback delay timer. So on playback delay timer timeout. And in this case, we're just going to play the music again. And that's it. I guess the other thing we should do is delete the timer. Yeah, also the schedule should be below the stream. There should be a whole bunch of stuff there. If I click the me button here. Yeah, schedule is here, but then also I think there's a schedule, yep, directly in Twitch. Yeah. And that's all it's linking to. And by the way, that should help you for anyone's stream if they have a schedule there. Although not everyone sticks to their schedules. Nothing forces that, of course. All right, so music play timer. Actually, if we're going to do that, I guess we could technically delete the $ from the other timer that we had. Yeah, this. And as long as I'm at it, although this is not at all important right now, but it's not going to stop me from doing it. I want to search for this and see if there was anywhere else. Yeah, like here, no tooltip to find. This we can delete. Any other super obvious things? There's a lot of this. I'm not going to look through all of this. Yeah, like this. This doesn't need a $ here. Anyway, doesn't matter. Hey, okay. Unknown, did you get any emails recently? Maybe that's what the E key is for, send email. We need the delay that we have here. I didn't even set a delay. Where do we set that? There's start, stop. Oh, start has a delay. Yeah. And what is this in? Is this in seconds? I don't know. We'll find out. The cease and desist, you mean? Ah, the Adam Learns newsletter. Yeah, that one. I'm guessing that means yes. Or they wanted to carry a hat on their head, for example. Yeah, if only, Thels. If only. I don't think we have that kind of technology, though. In fact, I don't think any game has ever put hats on anyone's head. So as long as no other game has ever done it, I don't think we have to do it either. All right, so we're gonna make this wait 5 seconds, and then we're gonna have to start again. So now we need a way of testing this. So I gotta make some like really simple music track. Not even music. It just needs to be a sound. So let's make a new sound here. And we'll just add in this. That's obnoxious. We gotta make it sound a little better than that. How it's in bells. That's pretty good. Let's make it do that. All right. All right, there's our music. Now we're gonna export that. And just save it in temp. Testeroni.wave. All right, now go put that in the game. Loop. And now instead of the music we have, we're gonna put in Testeroni. There. And that should let us test this out. Yeah. Still fighting for the day that my points have value. That'll never happen. Yeah. You will have a lot of points. Especially Funky Monkey. Too bad there's no good use for them. Hey, Kesha. By the way, in case it wasn't clear, that email was only to you. All right, now we wait 5 seconds, and it should play again. No, it did not. Oh. It was longer than 5 seconds, right? How long is this track? It's 7 seconds. Huh. I can't see how this could be wrong, though. So I'm going to assume it's working. I guess the do-do-do sound is only for a few seconds. Actually, we could figure out exactly how long it is. It lasts for, yeah, 2 seconds. And then there's 5 seconds of delay before it gets to the end of the track. And then 5 seconds of delay before it starts up again. So yeah, 5 British seconds or 10 seconds. I went to check my email. You actually hadn't read it? Oh my God. Seriously? Oh man. I forgot what I wrote, but for those not in the know, Unknown's been hounding me for putting an equipment system in the game. So I sent an email only to Unknown that was titled something like Adam Learns Newsletter. And it was just some snarky thing about not adding equipment to the game. I thought Unknown would get such a kick out of it, but they didn't even read it. Oh, wow. All right, so the actual delay time needs to be on the order of many, many minutes, and it should probably be randomized as well. So maybe we get like a private, what does this take in? Double. Private double, get delay. Get random delay, sure, whatever. In fact, I don't think we really need a function for this, but this is gonna be in terms of number of minutes. Min, num, minutes. I'm gonna say 5 to 15. Max num minutes equals 15, and then we just have the AI fill in the rest. That's actually not how that'll work, but it's this times 60. Oh my God. It's too magnificent for troll. It'll only be sent to you, but no one else would have known what that joke is. All right, so there's everything except for fading in the music. So I guess as soon as you load up the game, it's gonna play this thing, and then where's the music? We gotta change it back to town theme. And we gotta go delete Testeroni. Oh, that is a pretty satisfying sound. Okay, now I launch the game. Why not have it play constantly? Because we're only going to have like 10 minutes of music. Oh, that's kind of nice. It automatically pauses the music when you do this. Although maybe we don't want that to happen. Yeah, we only are going to have maybe like 10 minutes of music, given how long it took me to compose the 1 minute and 45 seconds that we do have. And I just think it would get really repetitive if you had to keep hearing it on a loop. I think, yeah, I think pretty much any music, no matter how good, if you listen to it for like an hour straight, is probably going to grate on you. But we'll see. Maybe it doesn't feel very good in the game. All right, there was something else I kind of want to do here. Oh yeah, test what happens when we load. Okay. I do want to try this out and see how it feels. Do we have anything else that we have written here? Add options to change master and music volumes, save volume level that you set, add improper game settings. Yeah, we got to do all this stuff. Clicked on both fake links in the email. I'm guessing you thought they would be funny things. They were just fake links. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I brought this to your attention. I thought you would say something. A volume slider or mute button fixes that. I think having background music is nice, even if it's repetitive. I guess there are a couple different ways we could kind of look at this. No matter what, yeah, you'll have volume / mute / whatever other sliders you'd expect. So that's definitely going to be there. But we could have an option like play music infrequently, or we could just call it Minecraft mode. and you know, give you a tooltip for this. It says something like only plays music once every, you know, 5 to 15 minutes. I'm not sure. Do you feel, Ski, that it worked well in Minecraft, or did you even dislike it in Minecraft? I know they're totally different games. I'm just curious, did you like it there? Because I know you played Minecraft. And I want to see how it feels too. It's a little tough because we only have the one track, and it's not like I can just, you know, whip up a new track really fast. All right, as far as I'm concerned, this is actually already pretty good. Let's go make the audio bus for music. Bus. We need to make a new one somehow. I don't know how you even do that. Probably in project settings, maybe. Bus. Audio buses. Here we go. That's not what I want. It's, yeah, I'll just need to look this up. You turned it off, but that was hundreds of hours. Yeah, but back before you turned it off, did you like how they do it? Did I not write this down anywhere? That's not possible. Could have sworn I had something about audio here. Yeah, here it is. Playing sounds. Why did I write this in GD script? All right. So just like how Godot has groups, sounds, and music can be classified in the buses, its audio stream player has this property. Once you have a bus, you can individually control the levels. Click audio at the bottom of Godot and you could modify them. Ah, there it is. All right, add bus. Music. Oh, you can add effects too. Whoa, neat. Wow, cool. Yeah. And you can change that. I think the issue I have with it now is it'll be silent for 10 minutes and music out of nowhere. Oh, you're saying until we have sound effects? To have the music just constantly play? Because here's the problem. In this intermediate state, we have two problems. We have only one music track and no other audio whatsoever. So I think the problem is repeating the one music track for like the 45 minutes it takes you to play the game would almost certainly drive everyone crazy. I think once we have other audio, it'll feel less out of place. And then once we have more music tracks, I think it'll feel like, oh, I'm hearing a new track I've never heard before. Just getting jump scared by music in the short term. Well, when you start the game, it's going to play immediately. So I don't think you'll get Well, I guess, yeah, you could get jump scared and that you turn up your audio and you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? But you would have at least had listened to it once and then changed the settings, I guess. Regardless, I'm not super concerned about it for checkpoint 3. If this still doesn't work and whatever the next launch is, then I think we have a problem and I could change it. But I think I just need to get more music in the game. Yeah. Wait, I want to switch this back to a melodic instrument. Yeah. Now I can just mess around on my keyboard when I don't want to talk. I keep looking at this again because I wanted to, oh yeah, I added the bus in. I guess as long as we're at it, maybe we should add in the other bus so I don't forget how to do this. We can call this one sound effects, sounds. Okay, then make this one take up the music bus and then go add in a volume slider for that in the game, right? Yep. So I'm guessing you would want volume slider for master volume, volume slider for music, and maybe a mute. I don't even think you need a mute because you can just set this to 0. But I guess if you temporarily wanted the mute, I think I'm going to start with the sliders. I think those are fine. And that way I don't have to do a crazy amount right now. Are sound effects part of this next checkpoint or no? No, I don't have any sound effects yet. So we need to add them later. We probably also want to split this up into like battle sounds and town sounds. Can you have, oh, you can. Wow. Neat. So we can add another one. I want to do that before I forget. Battle sounds. And then we put this under sounds and town sounds. We put this under sounds. Yeah. Okay. All right, now to go add in those sliders. And UI sounds. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Now we go add in the slider. We're going to do that in the game menu. I am going to make an options menu. Don't worry. I know this looks like absolute trash right now. So let's put a new couple of things under here. Is there a slider? H slider, yes. KK rider. So we'll call this master sound, master volume. Can we give it a label? No? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we have to put a label next to it. Okay, so access is unique. Heard that Animal Crossing reference. Some corporate software I've used looked worse. Oh, I feel much better now. Thank you. All right, so this should take up the entire rest of the space. Container sizing, expand. Should probably have a little bit of spacing in between this. And yeah, sure. That's good enough for right now. And then this should go probably from like 1 to 100, 0 to 100, step by 1, value set to 0. Value probably needs to get loaded in at start time. So let's not worry about that too much for right now. Let's set it to like 50. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And then can we change the color? No, we shouldn't change the color yet. That's not a smart idea. Let's do that later. All right, then this will be HBox container 2. This is for the music volume. And we rename this to music volume. Okay, I know those don't align. I'm not worrying about any of that stuff right now. You're talking about one of the biggest companies on the planet. They just don't want you taking time off. Maybe if the UI is so bad, they'll just work themselves to the bone. Then they can become skeletons. All right, so music volume, master volume, and we want to modify the in-game menu. So I don't think we have a single slider in the game so far. I don't think so. What is it even called? H slider, which presumably inherits from slider. Yes. Okay, well, that's all we care about then is slider. This one has the, whoops, this one has the events on it, I'm guessing. Signals, hello? Signals. Drag ended, drag started, yeah. Oh, that means you can't hear the, oh, actually, you can't music pause when you're on the game menu. All right. There's a way to make that not happen. I think game menu has the secret. It is process mode when paused. How does this work? Always? Yeah, we want it to be set, we want it set to always. Process mode equals always. Make sure music plays even when the game is paused, e.g. when you're in the settings menu. That way you can know if you've set the volume to a suitable level. Okay, now we make the sliders. Private slider master volume and music volume. Then we get those. Music. Okay, then we add in the signals on, what's it called? Slider something value. What's it called? Value changed. Value changed. What was the other one? Windows slider. It was, oh, drag ended and drag started. Is that even true anymore? How did I just find value changed? Oh, because it's a range? I see. So you could have this work. Minimum dragging stops. If value change is true, range that value is different from the value when you started the dragging. Value changed is true. Oh, this. I think it could just work as you're dragging it. I think it's fine. Yeah, plus equal. So this is going to be the master volume is changing. Does that actually work? Oh man, I'd be pretty impressed. Yeah, and this is just the wrong thing. This is a double and this is a float. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, then music, same thing. Music volume. It's gonna be music. We need to parameterize that and make it like a bus value enumeration or something. Make constants out of the bus names. Master, music, sounds, etc. And that's all we should have to do, I think. Let's try it out. It's gonna play music immediately. Wow. I don't know what happened there, but that was okay. Wow, this is on decibels. I did not realize that. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. Okay, my bad. That is not a percentage. Sorry, everyone. That was a gigantic mistake. My bad. So this starts at 0 decibels, I'm assuming. Way too thick. Apologies. So Ski's the person to blame, just so you know, because he knew it and didn't say anything. Yeah. So this value is on the range of 0 to 100. We could just pick a target that's pretty low here. I was typing it. You were too fast. I feel really bad. Yeah, there are two ways we could change this. Either we change the volume slider to go from a max value of 0 and a minimum value of like -72. That should work. And we can do that here too. You should probably also be able to raise it a little bit beyond the regular max. All right, let's try this. I'm going to just stop my audio from transmitting. So if you hear anything, it's only going to come through my mic. So don't worry, you don't need to cover your ears or anything. I'll make sure it's working from my end. Yeah. But what I'm seeing is even when you get to like halfway, it's just you can't hear it anymore at all. I think sound is perceived logarithmically. So we would need to probably do this. Yeah, I need to undo the log from decibels. I think we can just click that. I don't know what this does though. If true and min value is greater than 0, that's not true. Value will be represented exponentially rather than linearly. Yeah, I think we need to like undo the log in code. I don't think we can do it here. Alternatively, we could, I guess, do it here and then not use the exact value. But I want to look that up because I'm not actually totally sure. Godot slider exp edit. They have better explanation of that here. Volume slider. Did they mention log here? Yeah. Oh, wow. Godot has 2 built-in functions to help us turn decibels into a linear scale. dB to linear and linear to dB. How does that work? Linear dB to... Oh, where do these come from? Where do those come from? I don't know if that's even still a thing. Oh, maybe it's in GD? No. Well, it'd probably be written like this. And then can we just find it? No. Yeah, there are lots of ways I can change this. I want to figure out where this thing comes from though. Like why is this not even showing up in the official Godot docs? Oh, maybe these are only built in for GD scripts, yeah. It's possible, I guess. dB to linear. Okay, let's just search for Godot dB to linear C#. Using this in C#. Can't seem to find the C# function anywhere. Mathf.linear. I never would have checked there. Mathf.linear to dB. Wow, there it is. Cool. Well, let's write that down in our notes. Godot has functions to convert from linear to logarithmic values for decibels. Linear to dB and dB to linear. These are in mathf in C#. Okay, so what does this return? Converts from linear energy to decibels. This can be used to implement volume sliders that behave as expected. And we do that. Okay, I don't know. Let's just print out the values, I guess. What's the game about? Check this out. That's got a brief overview of it. But it's a game where you run a town and you hire adventurers to do battle, collect money or collect loot to sell for money, and then upgrade your town and adventurers. I can show you in a little bit. Let me just print this out. So value, and I guess we want this in the 0 to 1 range. The magic number is probably the like human perceived decibel amount. I don't actually know. We're going to set this from 0 to 100. We're also going to make it not actually change the volume of anything because that would blow out my eardrums. So we're going to print the value, and then that's going to be a linear value. So then we're also going to print out the dB value. And then I'm just going to drag this slider and see if those numbers look good. Yeah. Yeah, although it sure looks cool if you wishlist it on Steam. Yeah, don't forget everybody, click that button. All right, so we're going to drag this. dB value is not a number. How is that possible? How is that possible? Oh, this is going to the... Oh, man. I wanted to go from 0 to 100, but I changed the wrong slider. Yeah, my bad. Taking headphones off. Oh, yeah. You can... You're safe. It's only coming through my mic right now. You're not going to hear any of my stream audio until I fix this. I don't want to mess everyone's eardrums up. All right, so dB value is going up to 40. And its lowest is going to negative infinity. What about these low values here? 6. This doesn't seem right to me. Are we... I don't know what you're supposed to make this range. Probably like 0 to 5, and you just make it go by some floating point thing? What do they say in that, in this? 0 to 1 and a step of 0.05. Okay, that makes sense. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. 0 to 1 and a step of 0.05. And we'll do the same thing down here. Okay. Does music volume do anything? Nothing does anything yet. I'm just testing if these values look like they're good. So now we can go negative 20 up to 0. Yeah, cool. But I think you should maybe be able to tweak it a little higher than normal too. So maybe we could do like 0 to 1.05 or something. But yeah, so now changing the volume level there should be good. And then same thing down here. We change value to be the math to dB thing. Is this already a float, so I don't need to do anything? No, I need to convert this to a float. All right, let me just paste that here. And then I'll go try that out. Again, this is not coming through my speakers, but if this works fine, then we'll make it come through the speakers. All right, so crank them both. They sound like they're a good level right now. That's working. That's working. And the combination is working. Okay, cool. Why not just 50 dB like before? Oh, I'm so sorry. Really, I should have thought about that ahead of time. I just thought it would max out at some like reasonable amount, and it did not. It just lets you set it to infinity. It bothers me they're not saying like, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's worth working on the UI right now for this. I think we're just trying to prep for the alpha launch at the end of next week. And the way I look at it is there are different severity issues, and these not being the same length is not going to stop someone from being like, yeah, I had fun playing the game, you know? All right, so I will play this for you now. So now you can hear it. Again, there's going to be audio, but don't worry, it's not going to be super loud because I already just tested this. So music's playing. We drag these to maximum and they're playing at the same volume it just was. Now when you drag it down, you can hear me better. Oh yeah. Now it needs to save these values. Don't know, my ears are full of blood. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I try to be cognizant of that, and this is one of those times where I just wasn't fully thinking through the ramifications of what I was doing. All right, yeah, the next thing we're going to do after this is going to be add a proper game settings menu and move all of the options there and get rid of the text I have saying that we'll have a menu eventually. The main volume going to be a multiplier for music volume? Yeah, it will be. I mean, I think this works exactly how it works in pretty much every other game, right? Like typically you have a master volume, you have a music volume, and you have a sounds volume or something like that. Maybe they split it into something further than that. Maybe there's like voice acting and they have a dialogue volume. Maybe they have whatever, some other things, right? UI volume. But typically you're going to find these three things in most games. And I think given that they work that way in every other game, that you would just Well, anyway, even if you don't know how they work in this game, you just tinker with them and you'd find out how they work. So I'm not very concerned about that. What do we want to do? So that's done. That's done. Make constants out of the bus names. Let's go do that. Game constants. So public const string master volume, or no, master audio bus. Master. Then we have music. And what are the other ones I added in? Sounds, battle sounds, town sounds, and UI sounds. Okay, let's try something here. If I take a screenshot of this, and then I crop it to here, and then I do something. How do you OCR this thing? I'm trying to save myself a tiny amount of typing, and I can't find the way of OCRing this. I know for sure it's an option. I've done it before, but I think it's some like weird shortcut like Command Alt O, and I'm never gonna find it. Well, let's just try Command Alt O. Oh, it worked. It was Command Alt O, and there we go. It just got UL sounds instead of UI. Fun. Look at how much time I saved by doing that, everybody. Whoops. Okay, so public const string audio bus name equals that. Yeah. All right, so now we want to use that instead of whatever I put here. In-game menu here. Game constants. And then for music, we're going to do the same thing. Music. Okay. That should work. Maybe we can test it again. But I don't think it's worth it. But before I test this for real, I definitely need to make sure that I don't lodge your eardrums. All right, next up, save the volume levels that you set. So this is a kind of, hey, Psycode, this is the kind of thing that we have two different save files. We have the roaming one and we have the local one. Where should audio settings go? Because I think you'd want it on the local one. Yeah, I think you'd want it on the local one. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Do we have game settings, game options? Does local persist? Yeah, they both persist. It's just one of them will go between your devices. So if you play Skeleseller on computer A and then you go to computer B, should they be the same audio level on both? And I think no, because what are the odds that you have the same audio setups? Like maybe someday we make mobile versions and you're playing on your phone and then you probably just want the music to be maxed out. Because like in my mind, video settings definitely don't make sense to change between devices, and game settings do make sense. What keyboard is that? That is a Korn keyboard. It's got 36 keys. Okay, so we have show loot, show stats. These get saved to a different location than the other game options that we have, which I never thought of. I think we need like a local game options and then non-local game options. Then again, I suppose the in-game menu has ways to just save directly. Where do we do this? Show loot, show stats. Here, scale controls. Local settings, we do have this. And then this has a local settings saver, which has a local save data. Okay, so we'll just put the audio stuff in here. The 46 key version, yeah. Wait, 46 key version. I thought the Korn only had 36 and 42. Maybe you have the 42, or maybe you have a slightly different, like you tacked on a couple extra keys. How would you save things between devices without cloud saves? If it's between devices, you need there to be some other thing involved, some communication mechanism. I mean, if you didn't have the cloud, then you would probably directly connect those two devices. But I don't think that would make sense. I think what most people would, or you'd have some like, USB drive or something that you save your settings and transfer the file yourself. But yeah, I don't think that's the kind of thing people would probably expect from modern games. Also, this is actually something Steam handles for us. So if you download the game through itch, then your settings would not roam to other machines. All right, so what are we going to save here? We're going to save public float. First of all, what are we saving? Are we saving the number of decibels, or are we saving the slider level? I think the slider level is fine. Yeah. Master volume slider value. And then music volume slider value. Silver screen minus 2 extra keys on each side. I see. Yeah. What do you use those keys for? Is it layer stuff? Okay, so now I want to save this stuff. So save serializes a local save data, which we get from here. Deserialize there. Figure out first time settings. Oh yeah, what should your first time music volume be? Maybe we set the master volume to like 0.8 and the music to... No, that's dumb. Set the master volume to 1 and set the music volume to 0.8, something like that. Extra control option, page up, page down. Gotcha. Unfortunately, India is not developed to have such nice things. I don't think that's true. You can get a keyboard anywhere now. I mean, this I sourced all the parts from, well, mostly from China, and then built it myself. So you could always do the same thing, probably cheaper than I can. You have to break through your drums when they open the game for the first time. Play the super, what's it called? When you go above, oh man, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. All right, so these are the main settings. Then we need to find the non-first time settings. Get save file path, serialize local save data. Local save data is just set to null though. Something needs to change this. Nothing changes this? Oh, this is static. So other classes are just expected to access this directly. Yeah, local settings does that. Okay. I'll write that down here. Other classes should use this to access the local save data to modify save settings. Perfect clip. Yeah, if you can't hear other tracks, I don't need to compose them. All right, so then what's going to go modify this? Set content scale factor. Yeah, we'll have a public static void set master volume. This directly changes the window. In our case, what's doing this? This is audio server. I guess this is static as well. So yeah, I guess there's no real problem here. Master volume value. We'll call it that. Float value 0 to 1. It's actually not really in the 0 to 1 range. So I guess we just call it value. And then what else? That's pretty much it. Oh, maybe a bool save after setting. All right, so this is going to do this stuff. And then if save after setting, then set it in the master volume slider value. This is going to cause the file system to sort of thrash a little bit here. So I guess we only want save after setting to be done when you let go of the value. That was an important thing to just realize right now. Master volume dot, what's it called? Drag ended, yeah. All right, and then this has something that the Boolean that gets passed in has some meaning. Emitted when dragging stops, if value changed is true. This is different from the value when you started the dragging. what is being passed in here? No event. Convert to bool. So, oh, the value we're getting here is just a Boolean. So this is like, did value change? Yeah. Maybe only save when they exit the menu. I think we can save as soon as you've changed the value. But yeah, maybe there should be a proper save button or something. For now, since we don't have that, I think it's okay to just do this. So this we only want to change. We set this to true, so if did value change, set it to the master volume and then persist. Yeah, whereas this one is going to set it to the value and have that be false. This doesn't need to be into a float. All right, cool. Yeah, that looks good. Same general thing needs to be done now with the music volume. So change this to music. Set music volume level. Yeah. It's value, not level. I know I misread that. And then we're just going to duplicate this. Eventually, we're going to parameterize this and make all the different audio buses so we don't need 7 different functions, but I don't care about doing that for right now. This is going to be the music audio bus name, and this is going to be the music volume slider value. All right. All right, I'm going to mute my speakers again, and we're going to try this out. I don't know where the save file even is. I really should make an open Skell save sort of thing. I know it's in library / application support / something Skeleseller save data, maybe. Yeah, there, local settings. Okay, so let's cat that. So it just has the things that I had originally. Now we're gonna run this, and it should have automatically saved in the new data. No, it won't. It won't do that until we load the options, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't save it yet. But now if we go tweak these values, should have saved that. Yeah, master volume slider is 0.1. Music got set to 0. How did it set the music volume? I didn't change anything. Oh, because we call save. So it should have set it. That's weird. Why did it set it to 0 though? Unless I never configured this. Local settings. There should be a get first settings thing. First time. This, yes. Set to 0.8. I don't know what's going wrong here. Maybe it considers this to have, I don't know. Isn't it 0 in game? It was, but I never touched it. So it shouldn't have saved it. And I don't know why it saved it. All right, let's just put some breakpoints in here then. Game menu. I'll put a breakpoint here and here. Cut that out. And I'll go wipe out local settings. So let's delete these things. I'll try running this. File existed, so it didn't run the first time. Yeah, but still, how did it save? Oh, okay, I see X highway. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, here's what happened. Now that I know what happened, because Xio just told me. So we only figure out the first time settings if the file didn't exist, which is what will set this. Otherwise, it gets a C# default value, which was music volume slider value. It's getting set to 0. And then, despite that we didn't officially save this, we are actually saving all of your save data at once, even if you didn't change a particular value. So this won't be a problem eventually, because eventually we'll have read in your actual value and the UI will reflect it. And that's actually what we need to do next. So this content scale factor, this gets read in somewhere. On load, yeah. So here we need to do set Wow, that was easy. Okay, we're done. So now whatever's in the save file is going to be there. Otherwise, oh wait, no, we're not totally done. The first time settings need to reflect that as well. Yeah, so quit this. First time settings. So if we delete the save file and then run this again, I think its audio is going to be set to the wrong stuff. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's delete that again. And let's get this working. So if you didn't have any settings here, then we need to change the value of this. Wait, no, this will be correct. It's not this that needs to change. It's the game menu that needs to change. So we need to do master volume. Actually, I guess just local settings. Set master volume value. Yeah, so this is where we want this stuff. And now I think everything should work. Hey, Pressel. Not quite. What happened? This should have set it to what was saved in here, which should have on first load been set to these. Ah. This is when you save for the first time. Oh, we persist that to disk? Okay, I did this a little bit backwards. Yeah, these got saved correctly, but then we don't modify the current local settings. Local save data. No, it's right there. So that means that there's an ordering problem. Yeah. So the problem is that we are calling this loading local settings before we're getting to the menu code, I guess. So if I put a thing here, g.print ready, like game menu code running. If I just run this now, this is going to print before we've loaded the settings, I think. I should probably delete this file really fast. Oh, it ran after. If it ran after, then that means that this should have gotten the local save data thing that we had. Oh, nothing changes the volume sliders. That's what's going on. Okay, never mind. All right, I know what's going on. We got to fix this. This is what's going to actually change it. Nothing's going to reflect that we have changed this. Master volume dot value and music volume value. And then these are just slightly easier to write like this. Yeah, except for then it's a double. I guess we could convert it to a flow, but that's actually probably not smart because we might end up getting precision changes as you load and unload. So just, I guess, put this here. All right, now I think we're good. Although I do wonder what controls the order of this. What loads these local settings? I think it's before we even get to the town scene. Okay, I don't care about this or this. Yeah, nice. So it's set to 100% and 80%. And if I change this, now it should have automatically saved it as roughly 25% or so. Yeah, 20%. If I drag this down, that should be 50% or so. Yep, perfect. And now if I reload the game, it should be at 45% and 20%. Yes, good. And it sounds that way too. I know you can't hear the music. So now I want to try one more time. We're going to delete this. Wait, no, I already tried deleting it. What I want to try is deleting just the music settings. See what happens there. But yes, that's correct. Oh, let's go back to local settings and local settings.json, I mean, and delete these things and try running this one more time. Should be exactly, wait, no, this is the part that is, yeah, this is the part that's broken. These are going to be set to 0. Now, technically, this should never happen because no one other than the developers right now have any of these settings yet. So if that file if that file exists, then it would have to have these things in it. And if it doesn't, I guess you just turn these up, right? With that said, we could make a default value, kind of do this differently. It could happen if you push an update out, but only for settings that don't currently exist. Whereas this would not be susceptible to that. But yeah, if we do want to do this sort of the, quote unquote proper way here, I guess wherever we had that first time settings thing, these default values, if we ever don't find one of these inside the save file, we can just put them in there. Almost to the point where I guess how we probably should do this is to figure out your default settings object and then populate whatever you had with these new ones. Isn't there versioning? Otherwise, players from the last checkpoint would have a save file that doesn't have those settings, right? Yes, there is versioning. The versioning isn't doing anything yet. Although no one has local settings yet. They just have the game save file. You get APX. You want to check for file and properties existing? Not just file. Yeah. So we should get what these values are. Although, like I said, this is never going to be a problem again. So the file doesn't exist. Get the first time settings. Then after loading, make sure anything that doesn't exist is put in there. But there'd be no way of knowing at that point that the value doesn't exist. We have a deserializer local save data. Could we set a default value here? There's probably a way to do that. C# JSON set default value on deserialize. Here it is. Default value populate. Default value set. I guess the default value set could just be on loading the thing, right? Populate instead of default value. What does it do if we didn't ever set default value handling? Or is there a default? Include members where the member value is the same as the default member. Members are written in JSON. It has no effect when deserializing. Okay, I don't think I totally understand this. Like if we just set a default value here. Component model. That doesn't seem like that's where this should come from. Oh, this is a Newtonsoft thing. I'm not using Newtonsoft. C# JSON. This is serializing. I also want deserializing. All right, let's see. Default. Any JSON properties that aren't represented by your class are ignored. That's totally fine. How do we change the value read in when it doesn't exist? Handle missing members. Here we go. By default, if the payload you're deserializing contains properties that don't exist, they're simply ignored. You can specify that all members must be present. If they're not, an exception is thrown. That's not exactly what I want. Handle overflow, deserialize, populate initialized properties. I don't think this is it exactly either. You need to go the JSON type info route. Did I already do this at some point? Oh, like a custom deserializer for this stuff? There's got to be some just default annotation for this, right? You do something like object.assign. What I'm trying to do is I have a JSON object with, let's say, like, I don't know, let's say like name is, robot, and there's an age field that could be set. If this isn't set, I want to come up with a default that's not the C# default of 0. So in this case, it's not set, so I want to set it to whatever, 50 or something. You know what .NET version I'm using? Yeah, I'm using .NET 8, I believe. Yeah. So I should have whatever features you're talking about here, and this is probably a way to do this. It's like a JSON deserialize into a DTO. What does DTO stand for? Data transfer object. I mean, it's just at this point, it's literally just deserialize a primitive into a non-default type or non-default value. And yeah, there's got to be a way to do that. I guess maybe the way we would do it is just set it right in here. Where'd it go? I don't see it. Here it is. Okay, yeah. So what if I just set this to 5? Well, 5 is a bad idea. What about 0.5? And now we go to local settings.json and we delete this stuff. And does that work? Have a look at JSON extension data attribute. Okay, yeah, I will take a look. I'm guessing this is not the way I want to do things anyway. Oh no, that did seem to work. Although it won't have saved. But as soon as I change the music volume, it will have saved. Oh yeah, I think we can just do this then. But still, I'll look at that attribute that you mentioned. Any properties that do not have a matching member are added to that dictionary during deserialization and written during serialization. Okay, I don't think I understand what this is even doing. During deserialization, when using object, a null JSON value is treated as a null object reference. Yeah, I don't think I follow this, but I think this should just solve this, which means we need these default values. I should just put them all in here, right? Skip first time settings should just be make a new local save data. I think that is the smartest way of doing this. All right, so let's close all the other tabs I have open right now. Yeah, because that is way too much. And this stuff too. And then look up first time settings. This stuff should all be in here. So auto detected is set to true. Content scale should be set to display server.screen get scale. This won't be possible from here, I think. Maybe it will. And then this I wanted set to 1. And this I wanted set to 0.8. Then we delete all this. We get rid of this thing. We just make a new one of these. And save it. Okay. So let's go try that. So if I delete these two things and then run this, then they should get saved as 1 and 0.8. What ID is this? This is VS Code. The name display server doesn't exist. Okay, yeah, I thought that might be the case, and we can't use that from here, so that's okay. So we just need to change this back to what it used to be and just have the one thing actually work. So this one does not have a default. What did I mess up? Oh. No curly brace. I think those are just stale errors now at this point. Allows you to specify a field with a dictionary type with the attribute applied to it. Any members that it's not specified will be added to this field. Yeah, for whatever reason, Xio, I'm not processing that. I don't know why. I appreciate it. You're trying to help. When are YouTube videos making a comeback? I assume we're too busy with Skeleseller. Yeah, the next kind of YouTube video I want to make is a vlog. And I think I want to do that after checkpoint number 3 is launched. In fact, I think I want to write that down so that I don't forget. After checkpoint number 3, start the vlog for the game. Yeah. What type of vlog? Of Skeleseller. So I'm sure that deflated your interest as soon as I said that. It didn't actually save. I gotta run this again. I gotta change some other property like this. And now it should have saved. Yeah, it did. 1 and 0.8. Good. Perfect. And if I change this, I think I accidentally clicked a checkbox too. Yeah, nice. It's working. Okay, so then the only other thing I wanted to test here is, again, we don't have this file at all. Let me try running this again. Hey, Zero Miss, thank you. Not as in day of the life? No, I don't plan on doing that. That is a corn. Yes, you're correct. All right, so we didn't have any save file, and it produced this, which is correct, and it's saving just fine. That did not save just fine. Is there a problem? It says saving. Didn't actually save a different value, though. It still says 1. Oh, because I never dragged? Oh, my God. Because I clicked. You need to actually drag for it to have done that. No, it's still not changing it. And even when I did click, it considered it to have saved. Is this the wrong path? Can't be the wrong path. This is save data slash. What? Why is this not saving then? It's having an effect. That saved. Oh, now it's saved. Weird. Oh, very weird. I don't know what happened there. This seems to imply something's wrong though, so let's just try that again. Do a fitness vlog? No, thank you. Definitely be interesting to see someday day-to-day things besides streaming. I haven't seen any videos like that, and I know they're popular, but yeah, I can't imagine I could do that and not like leak a whole bunch of stuff I don't want to talk about. Okay, so I changed this and it did not get saved here. This VS Code caching your file. I don't think it should do that. Like it just took effect here. What did maybe I did something else wrong? Nah, it looks like it's working fine again. I don't know. I guess if people find an issue with this, they'll just report it. You don't think it automatically reloads files when they're changed on disk? It does when you click the buffer though. Like maybe if I do this over here, it's not going to automatically reload it. But if I click back over here, it does change immediately. So maybe I have some different settings set. But yeah, looks like it's working just fine. I don't know why it didn't originally though. I somehow got into a state where it was stuck at 1 despite me changing that value. Maybe there was something else I did. I don't know. Yeah, the only kind of vlog I think I would do would be the game vlog or like project vlog, that sort of thing. Oh, maybe because the file didn't exist anymore. Maybe that's why specifically. No, even that works though. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Might be an updated issue in VS Code. It could be. I think it's much more likely that the code I just wrote broke than the VS Code broke. I'm gonna try one more thing and then that's it. And I think what I had actually done is I actually went in and modified the game size and then clicked over here. No, even that works though. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna chalk it up as a weird thing that happened once. Do a reverse fitness vlog. Can I just play a regular fitness vlog in reverse? And I speak in reverse the whole time? All right, have we done everything? We've saved the volume levels. We got this stuff done. We added the music system. No, I have to give that. Okay, got it. I'm on it. All right, so now you're going to hear the audio again. So this will play. Probably very quiet because I had this turned way down. Yep. Have to buy like 30 new shirts. And I'll be Skeleseller shirts. Oh, man. Last idea, cat vlog. Okay, cat vlog I can get behind. Let's see if I've got any great pictures. Oh my God. This picture. Right here. Look at that cat. Oh man. All right, let's check this stuff in. So we added the town theme. Can VS Code diff wave files? Does it like render the wave? No, it doesn't. Would have been kind of funny. I guess the only time you could really tell if it did something is if you just change the volume. You see the amplitude change. Music system. Yep. It's all good. This is a minor change. It's totally unrelated. Bass ability. There are probably other ones where I did this too, and I probably just shouldn't have done and never touched ever in my life, but I did anyway. This is another one of them. Is there anything else where I did this? No, there's one more. Remove unnecessary dollar signs for string formatting. Yep, there. Oh man, Abby is great. She has really gotten comfortable with us. I was eating lunch today in between the morning stream and the afternoon stream. And I got done and I'm just sitting there at the table, like watching a YouTube video or something. She jumps directly on my lap and just like plops herself over. It was very nice. Okay, this looks good. This is good. That's good. That comment's going to help as well. This is all good. So what is this doing? This is making make the sliders reflect the saved values and then make the audio match the saved values. This is good. Yeah, cool. Add music to the game. With the first music track comes the music system, which will play that one track every 5 to 15 minutes. Is that what I coded? Yeah, 5 to 15 minutes. There are also volume sliders that are saved and loaded properly. Yeehaw! Yeehaw. Yeah, they look the same to me too. What are you talking about? Okay, so the next thing would be this. One of the things that I wanted to say before we move on to other code tasks, though, is that Ella just shared in the general channel on my Discord server this. Hey, y'all, my name's Ella. Adam has invited me for an on-stream interview this Friday. I have permission to share work that I do for the interview. So she's seeking participants. This is for people who watch streams like mine. There is a survey you could take that takes about 15 minutes, or you could sign up for an interview, which would be about 30 to 45 minutes with her. This is it, and not like a talk show interview. This is like a, she's going to ask you specific questions about your behaviors, I'm assuming. So if you'd like to help her out, please do sign up through this. There's a link there. And if you're not already part of the Discord, here's a link to the Discord. If you're just curious to see the interview that we're going to do, that is going to be this Friday at 11 a.m. my time, so you don't have to do any computations here. It's about 3.5 hours ago, but on Friday. So I think that's going to be a nice interview. It is. Yeah. Who knows? All right, I'm going to take a quick break. You can all play Jump Royale, and I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we'll just keep trucking with this stuff. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Those who've never seen this, just type join in Twitch chat, and then J and a number to jump. Have fun, try to get to the top, try to be the best, catch all the Pokemon, whatever. See ya. See you soon. I saw Kevin steal the win. Renzu, if you'd only jumped anywhere, you pretty much would have won. That was Kevin's first win. Oh, man. Well, I hope you all had fun. This is what we play on breaks. And I like watching people throw themselves off the edge. Close the game. You'll win. You've got 2 second place wins and 3 third place wins. Which means you should win eventually. All right, so back to work. Add proper game settings menu and move all the options there and get rid of the text I have saying we'll have a menu there eventually. Yeah, let's go take a look at that. I guess I should probably mute the music by default when I'm streaming. Yeah. I guess just that's enough to mute the music by default. And it should just remember that setting no matter what. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move all of this stuff into its own menu. So this is what we have right now. Let's take a picture. So save, load, provide feedback / wish list. Those are things that are going to be there just for the pre-release. Back to game, quick game, and then game options. Okay. So I think we should just call it settings, and that should take you to the settings menu. Yeah, and everything else I think should maybe be there. I'm torn on the feedback thing. It's very important that people wish list the game. So I want there to be a button for that. I guess we could just have more buttons than I kind of want to have eventually. Oh, hey, Nikelto. Sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, Ski linked it in. If you're curious about a little bit more background, it's in this FAQ. Do I have a link to wishlist the game on here? Ah, where? Steam. Okay, yeah. Let's put this in there. Steam. Please wishlist it on Steam. I'm going to say hopefully early 2025. All right. And then I think we need to update this too. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. So yeah, settings menu. Let's go do that. Close other tabs. All right, what does this look like? This. So I think we should probably put settings right at the very top. Button. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just make this into tabs. It could just be a settings thing, but I think a proper button is fine. Yeah. Think it would look great in a Santa hat, but there's no equipping hats. You can't have hats in games. That's just that no one's ever heard of a game with a hat in it. It's never happened. I don't know if you know this, but Mario, that's actually just his hair. He's like a Bayonetta style character. This was dumb. I shouldn't have made a separate button. I should have just duplicated this one and called it the settings button. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to need to make a new menu. We could hide the current one. Or we could just switch to a different scene entirely. I think if we just make... I think what you would expect is for this menu to get replaced with the settings menu. So yeah, I think we need to do that. Yeah, Cappy is a cap. Yeah. Mario threw a cap at enemies. And TF2 has caps. Because you play the Finnish Town song. How about this? I'll upload it and you can listen to it. Engage privacy mode. Privacy mode engaged. All right, give me a sec. I got to upload this. One sec. Town theme. There we go. What's it called? Town theme 1 dot wave. File not found. What I call this? Oh, _1. Okay, there we go. All right, here you go, Pressel. All right. Hey, Dance Addicted. I've been listening for a bit. Maybe have a potential idea for your feedback button. If you only want to use a feedback feature for alpha or test phase, why not make it a bit more standout by detaching it from the menu? Make it like a star in the corner. Yeah, first of all, welcome to the stream. I think that is a good idea. I think the problem is I'm not sure which one is more important. Probably wishlisting the game, but also providing feedback. So I want players to do both of these things, and I need to bring them to the player's attention at some point. So I'm just going to write this down for now. Do we have wish list? Yeah, wish list. Probably that's this. Consider making wish listing / feedback more prominent. Or more appealing, I guess. Either one of those. I don't know Sinistello. I think you can reach out to Ella and ask her that because it's for her research. And if it's not a long answer question, then yeah, you might want to ask her first. Hey, TJ. Training, listening to the stream on the way home to relax. Oh, a stressful day training, listening to the stream on the way home. Gotcha. I hope you have a good ride home at least. What I do to the piano? Oh, thank you, Oppressal. So I appreciate it. First of all, I fretted for like an hour straight. Then I tweaked the volume levels on some stuff and changed something else. I think I might have tweaked the reverb a little bit more too, but I think it was mostly just a volume thing. Yeah. Make an NPC to ask for feedback. Yeah, I could do something like that. He just pops into your town. Hey, Grandpa's iPad. I can't say these words or else it will actually engage. Leveling is way better. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the feedback. And I'm very happy with how it ended up. I'm still maybe a tiny bit torn on the end. I think it generally works. These last bits over here, which I'll play, I guess. So I'm going to just talk over this. I ended up adding all the instruments back in. And then at the end, and then it fades out. So I'm pretty happy. I spent a lot of time on this yesterday. I got to work on a bunch of other tracks. Yeah. Will it be like a demo, or is the alpha playable for all? When you make a pop-up after playing with a link to profile auto wish listing. So yes, there will be at the end of next week. So next Friday, not this Friday. That's the 27th. And that's when this version 0.3 is going to come out. And yes, it'll be free. You can try it. Yeah, an auto pop-up or something. I think that could happen maybe after like 30 or 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Oppressal. Again, I appreciate it. I'm glad you took a listen. I'm glad you provided feedback. I have been working on the intro music next. Why is this not working? Yeah. The thing that went and then I can't play the rest because I only have 2 octaves here. So anyway, it's something that kind of starts like that, and then the whole like let's see wait. I don't know. I'm trying to transpose it and I can't do that on the fly, so never mind. Can't play with 2 octaves. All right, so yeah, we're gonna start a new menu over here. So let's just save this as the settings menu. Probably game settings menu. Yeah. Game settings menu. All right, this is going to need its own script, which is going to be different from this. We also have a background here. We have a panel container, margin container, VBox container, and then all this different stuff we have. So I think we're going to get the game scale, pretty much just delete all of these things, right? Yeah. So game options, we can delete the bloop. We can delete that. We can make this label a little bit bigger. Font size, maybe up that to 24 or something. and then put audio settings below. We could even add in a HSEP. Yeah, or these could be tabs. I'm not super concerned about the looks of this right now. Again, it just needs to be a little better than what we have now. I want these to go next to this, yeah. All right, and then these will be audio options. Yeah, not great. I'll probably put this into a tab container at some point. And then let's just change the theme on this to be invisible. There. And maybe make it a touch bigger. Yeah. Okay, so that's good enough for the first part that we have here. Now, instead of quick game, we want like a, I guess this should just say okay maybe, or save. It's gonna be the only button. There's no cancel. Save settings button. Mind sending the whole FLP to me? I'd like to try my own instrumentation. Yeah, sure. I'll write myself a note. There we go. I think this probably goes without saying, but it's my music, so please don't ever use it in something that you make. But yeah, obviously tweak what you want for the service of Skeleseller. All right, so this doesn't need to be a gigantic button anymore. Theme override font size, we can set this like 32. And probably offset it a little bit more. I'll put in another one of these. Yeah, I want to steal it. Yeah. And I didn't think you would either. I'd feel remiss if I did not say it. Okay, again, good enough. Like, this is serviceable. Does not need to be great. We'll probably use tabs eventually, but I don't care for right now. So we have the game options menu, which is, I think, just called in-game menu. Yep. And this had scripts so that it could do all the things that the buttons need to do. Yeah, so we need a script for this too. Detach and attach. Source, scene, script, game settings menu. Good. All right, so there's got to be a settings button now. And none of this is going to work because the controls are in both spots. Why is this here? Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. Okay, I should probably make these things unique while I'm at it, huh? Did I not do this? Game menu. I did not. Wow. Okay, well, this container isn't needed. So then this stuff is not needed. This, getting anything here, needs to have a percent sign. This should be settings. This should be settings. Any other wacky things I was doing here? Container. Yeah, there's still a container here. Game scale settings. That was actually needed though. Okay, so then something's wrong with this, right? Show battle loot and stats. That was down here. Those are already correct, yeah. What's the tool you're using to create the UI? This is Godot itself. Yeah. So the game is made in Godot, but I'm not in Godot for almost any of the time that I'm making the game, unless I'm making a scene tree like I am right now. And technically, you don't need the Godot UI to make anything that you even see in here. You could do all this through code. But yeah, it's obviously way easier to lay out UIs when you can see them instead of through code. All right, so not all this stuff is going to exist in here anymore. And we need to move a lot of these away from here. So let's see, we're going to move these things, these game options. This can't control anything that, oh man. Pressel is going to start a new stream. Pressel learns live. Only wear button-down shirts. Echolocation though for making UIs. I think I would hire a dolphin to make my UI. I think they'd probably do a pretty good job, probably better than me. says show stats, show loot. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I need to close the door. I don't want the cat showing up because she always interrupts productivity. Why do we use the game options? Just because they need to be stored somewhere, but now they should be in the settings menu. Okay. Hey, Ramo. Ramo, I heard the other day someone said your name is Remu. I like that. All right, move this into a namespace. It's not even in there. What's this thing doing? So now these go into the ready of the new class. That didn't work. There we go. Delete all of this. There still is a close menu button. It's just not called close menu. It's called save. I guess we'll call it the save button, but it's not actually going to save anything. Yeah. Oh, this shouldn't be here. Whoops. Saving still happens from this menu. Okay, so these things are gone, right? Save button is the save button, which I guess is the same name as this. We can put that here. Oh, that should probably be toward the bottom. Okay, so now delete this. Game scale controls also needs to go over here. All the music stuff needs to go over there. Oh boy. Move this. It is a Herman Miller chair, yeah. We ordered new glasses and 13 collared shirts. Wait, I know the names now. Jake and Charlie. Yes. Both cats are a 10 out of 10. All right, local settings saver. Kitty cam. No. No way. Abby does show up on stream every once in a while, though. But she doesn't like hang out in this room. I usually have the door shut while I'm streaming. Jack. Oh my God, not Jake. Oh, no. No. Yeah, sorry. I forgot. All right. Now what do we have? Load from save data. This doesn't have anything that needs to be loaded. So it's just this one that needs to be loaded. And this can go here. Be proud anyway for getting the wrong name. I'll just call them Cat 1 and Cat 2. How much you have to donate or gift for or sub for Kitty Cam? It wouldn't probably happen. I mean, I guess if you gave me like $1 million, I'd set up a cat camera, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna change the stream layout. I like the very minimalist views that I have here. Okay, I think we've transferred everything we need to. Close menu button needs the close handler. Actually, yeah, I never set that up. Save menu button, close. Close just calls hide. How does that work? I honestly don't understand that. Oh, I see. When it gets hidden, we unpause the game. Okay, that's what I was wondering about. Maybe we should do the same thing here too. Yeah, probably. Should stay paused while you're over here. A billion. For $1 billion, you could have the stream. Now we're talking real dollar values. None of that chump change $1 million. Ugh. All right, we moved enough of this out of here. If you press escape, it hides this menu. I guess the same thing should happen over here too. There's a lot of shared code between these things. Should probably turn them into a common settings menu. Consider refactoring the menus so that they inherit from a common parent, since there's a lot of shared styling and some functionality. Not very much. You haven't ordered the water bottle I sent a picture of? Better order quick. Was there only one left? Oh man, that's a very gaudy water bottle. All right, feedback form. Okay, so now the only problem is that nothing knows to spawn this new menu, and some things are just totally incorrect. So we got to go set both those things up. Yeah, there's an in-game menu, and then there'd be a settings menu. Game settings menu. I'm saying the word gaudy. Extravagantly bright or showy. It was a water bottle with like a bunch of sequins on it. I don't know who's buying that. So this comes from the settings menu. Oh man. Wait a sec. Nothing has any handlers for this? I guess it all takes place right here? Even the save button? On save? No, there are handlers here. What's listening to these? Oh, right here. Why was this not found? Oh, weird. I don't know what I was doing to search for this, but clearly the wrong thing. All right, in-game menu. I guess we got to go add in the settings menu as well. Where might you be? Right there. Okay, so let's instantiate a settings menu and then put you there. Actually, it doesn't really matter what order these are in, and hide it by default. All right, games settings menu. Yeah, but wouldn't it only be a matter of time before those sequins fall off? And then when even just a few were missing, I'm guessing it looked pretty bad. Game settings menu. This also needs a % sign next to it. I wonder if there's a way to just make that the case by default. Game settings menu. Okay, so when you press escape, it opens up that menu. That is not... No, that's correct. This is but only if it was hidden. And in-game menu dot visible is false. Yeah. Anything else? We have load from save data, which is now not a thing. That's in the game settings menu. We have on save and on load done from there. That's fine. So setup in-game menu. I think we also need to do this with these settings. What do we actually need to change though? I guess nothing really. Pretty much just when you go to the in-game menu. So we need some like on open settings here. So eventually we'll probably replace those with a tab dialog. Consider replacing or remaking the settings menu into a tabbed dialog. On show settings. So we have a settings button. Doesn't do anything yet. Settings button dot pressed plus equal show settings. Yep, just do this. Great. Then put this at the bottom of the file. Okay, so on show settings is something we're going to listen to from over here. On show settings. And we're going to swap the visibility of these things. This works. Oh, we have another problem here, which is that the game settings menu doesn't have a way to go back to the original settings menu. We need to know when this thing closes. So I guess we need an action here for like left menu or closed menu or something. It's just going to complain that it's not used and then it's after this other thing. Should not follow our property. Yep. So on closed, we don't care if it's saved or not. And we're going to do that in the save button. Yeah, close, on closed invoke. Town needs to set that up too. Hide the settings menu and show that menu. Is it on closed? Yeah, it's on closed. Okay, I think we're good. That was a decent amount of work to just move some stuff into another menu. Let's take a look. Nope, it doesn't work anymore. Oh man, what did I mess up? Is this getting hit? It is. This is not visible, so we should step into here. We don't? What? Yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense. I pressed, oh, it's a different, okay, never mind. I see what's going on. I actually pressed the button now. Yeah, something weird is happening. It's not getting that I'm pressing escape. That's strange. Nothing else. Yeah, that's really strange. Nothing else should be using this. gd.print at event as text. What kind of music do I listen to? I listen to a lot of classical music and some video game soundtracks typically. That's about it. This is not registering. Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay, it's registering escape. It's just not, it's not working properly. In-game menu is not visible. That's here. And it's not visible by default. WoW 2. Oh man. Actually, who owns Sims now? EA? EA just announced that, I know EA's owned Sims since forever. I think it was Max's originally. They just announced that instead of the Sims 5, they're just going to bundle everything into the Sims 4, I guess. At least I think that's what they announced. And it made me realize, well, a lot of other games made me realize this too. Sequels are not as common as they used to be. A lot of games just keep getting updates and evolve over time. And I feel like a big reason for that is that the capabilities of computers haven't changed so drastically in the last 10 years or so. But originally it was like, well, your computer probably can't handle version 2 of this game, so let's just make a brand new game. And yeah. I don't know how this is failing. So let's just print this out too. We can tell, I guess we can tell when you did this. And then I also want to print this out. The reason it's really hard to just set a breakpoint here is because we'll get this for every kind of event. I could put a conditional breakpoint here for this, but it's just, I just want to see what's going on. Is it not registering that I'm pressing escape? Is it not? Oh, wait, there's another thing I hadn't even thought of, which is just what if there's an error? I don't know if I was even looking at this. No, I was looking at this. Yeah, of course. All right, so it says is just pressed UI cancel is false. Huh. So it doesn't think I'm pressing the UI cancel button? How is that possible? I haven't changed the input map in forever. Yeah, it's escape. What is going on then? Maybe it's not considered to be just pressed? Turns true when the user has started pressing the action event in the current frame or physics tick. Is maybe something else is capturing this? Yeah, I think it's this. I think this also needs to be visible. What is visible in tree? Yeah, I think this is what we want. I think then we probably want the same thing for the other menu. Sims is all about DLC, yeah. When they're bringing out a Civ 7. I'm not saying sequels never happen, by the way. I'm just saying I think they're way less common than they used to be. I think indie games still go the sequel route usually. Do we have a handler for this? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, so this just shouldn't even be in the scene tree. In fact, I'm not sure why we keep it there if we're not going to show it. It means it's running code for no real reason. Yeah, I think that's kind of a mistake. All right, well, we fixed that. So yeah, now I got to go unbreak some other things. There's the in-game menu. Yeah, we got to delete half the things that are on here. Did I already move them to the other menu? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so this all the way down to here. Yeah. Consider not showing or not having either of the settings menus in the scene tree unless they're actually needed. Oh, one of them stores the game options though, which would need to go somewhere else. Nah, I'll probably just end up deleting that note. All right, so do all these work? Settings. Nope. Why not? Settings. Settings I pressed, show settings. That calls into here. That goes back to the town. Town calls game settings.show and in-game menu.hide. Is this getting hit? Oh, we can't put a breakpoint there because I need to restart. If only I get things right the first time. It doesn't even break in. Is it not called the settings button? Maybe it's giving me an error up here. Yes, it is. Because I don't have any of these things. This was not accessed as a unique name. So that alone could have caused this to happen. But let's also see if I named this correctly, because it's entirely possible I did not. No, it looks like it's named correctly. All right, let's see now. It might have just been that there was one button that didn't have access as unique on there. Yeah, it looks like that was the case. It broke in here, so I'm guessing it's going to spawn the menu now. Yes. If I hit save, it should go back to the old one. That doesn't work, but that's okay. We'll figure that out too. Save button relative to game settings. It's apparently not called the save button or does not have access as unique. Game settings. Save settings button. Save button. Cool. Okay, so you can swap between these menus. Escape should close that. Oh, escape closes everything. That's not right. Oh, because it calls hide, not close. That's why. Okay. All right, so settings, we press escape, we go back to here, we press escape again. So we can go through these menus with escape. We can also click save. Save is the same as, oh, right, I forgot about that. I'm just clicking buttons. There's music all of a sudden. All right, so we click those things. We should see that the save file now has some different settings in here. Where'd the save file go? I have no idea. There it is. Load that up. What have you got? Uh-oh. That doesn't seem correct. I checked these boxes, but it didn't actually change anything. Show loot on battle. Oh, it doesn't go into this file. Right, it's your game save. I don't even know where that is. Game save. What's in this folder? Save. My old save.json. I have no idea when that's from. Don't remember doing that. Is this here? Was it show loot? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so show loot is false. Is that correct? No. This implies that something is very wrong. Yeah, show loot. It's not changing anything there. Show stats also isn't changing anything. Recommend save settings and just say instead of just save. Okay. Save settings. GG. Also, maybe rename game options to settings to match. I want to split this into eventually like tabs so that there's the game stuff and then audio and then video and whatever else. Actually, this isn't even a game option now that I think about it, the game scale. Yeah, this should have been. Okay, well, let's do that later. Let's just write this down. Put the game scale into video settings. Yeah, the groups are just kind of hacked together right now. I'm not sure why this isn't saving though, and this is a bit concerning. When you click, did I? No, here it is. Game options show loot equals is pressed. On toggle show loot. Does this save things? Oh man, there's a listener. Okay, the listener must be on the wrong thing then. Yeah, nothing's listening to this anymore. So I must have deleted this. Oh boy. I must have deleted this. What should have had this? It would have been something over here. Toggle show loot. Where did this exist? Was it here? This is not good. I don't know where I put this. Was nothing using it? Did I break this a while ago? Let's just search for this again. This was private, so the only thing that could have even listened to it. No. It's game options. It needs to search for it. Oh my god, what am I doing? let's just search through the code base on here. Yeah, literally nothing uses this. So I feel like I must have broken this then. Let's look at the history of this file. Whoa, am I still streaming? I pressed a whole bunch of buttons and my monitor flashed. I don't want to use Apple Music. Okay, yeah, good. Cool. Well, if you saw a black screen, that was me just messing something up. Nothing ever used this. Literally nothing. So I probably did break this as soon as I put things into game options. Oh, silly me. Take care, Pressel. And yeah, Friday is the interview with Ella too. So if you can make either one, I'd say try to make the morning one. You're clicking a settings button and then call it options. So maybe we should call the game settings and audio settings instead of options. I think it should probably just be called game. So I guess if we're going to have this here, then yeah, I think calling it game settings is probably a good idea. Camera's fine, but the screen is wrong. Oh yeah, thank you. There we go. Are we traveling? Yeah, and if not, don't worry about it. Definitely. And I'll send you the Fruity Loops studio file probably tomorrow. I usually have a lot to do on Wednesday. All right, so we broke this. And I don't know when this was working. Where did I save this last? Actually, you know what we should do? We should just search for code commits. Loot. I don't know when I did this or what I would have called it. When did I? Oh, I cleaned up the battle thing, right? Reduce clutter and end battle screen. Yeah, this. That was by adding show loop buttons. Did I mean to save it and I just never did? I think that's what's happening here. I don't believe that I wouldn't have tested this. We changed game options there. Load from save data. We never saved this? We just never saved this. Oh, wait a sec. Oh my God. It's only when you call save game. Okay, this is bad. Yeah, I see now what's going on. and I think this points to a different problem because I clearly was not thinking about this. And now that it's in the settings menu, it's very obvious that it's wrong. So what's happening here is we have a game save, this. And if I were to hit save on this menu, it just saved it. Yeah. So that's not what people would expect. All right, I got to change that. That's not super important. But yeah. Bug, you need to choose save game to save game options. The problem is that this is dumb. I guess game options that roam should go in a separate file from the world itself, probably. Right now, you need to choose save game to save the show loot and show stats options, which is not expected for sure. Did I only use stock plugins? Yeah, just stock plugins. I did end up downloading, where is this? So there are free packs. I downloaded all of the free packs. I don't know how many of them I'm using, probably at least like 2 or 3. But other than that, Flex is built into Fruity Loop Studio. Yeah. You're saving the file and sending it to me. You might want to send it as a zipped loop package. Okay, yeah. Sure. I've never really sent one of my files to someone else before like that. But yeah, part of the reason, and I know you have to get going, so don't feel like you have to hang around for this, but part of the reason I wanted to only use built-in stuff is because I was using a library called Contact 5 or something like that, and I think Contact is up to like Contact 8 or 9, and it just literally stopped working on my computer. But even before it stopped working, it was incredibly slow to load, and I just thought it doesn't matter. Unless I'm making like super professional music, I should probably just use some sort of more basic sounds. Plus, another inspiration of that was I think that's how both Stardew Valley and Undertale were made, is by just using like built-in. Actually, that's not true. Undertale sampled a lot of other things, I'm pretty sure. Contact 7 is the newest. I think I had Contact 5, and I'm kind of just upset about the whole experience. It cost a ton of money. It was always slow, although that's probably not something anything could have been done about. And it did sound pretty good. I mean, you're buying sounds, they might as well sound good. Yeah, crazy big libraries. Yeah. I don't know. Then I listened to actual professional video game music where it's properly orchestrated. I just sort of rediscovered an album. So my favorite soundtrack of all time is probably Octopath Traveler 1. I think that OST is one of the best OSTs, followed shortly thereafter by the original Final Fantasy VII. But there is this extra set of tracks that was released called like Break and Boost. And man, they're high quality. It's just like a really good orchestration. I feel like it must have been all played live. If it's done via VSTs, I'd be pretty surprised. Yeah, it's just very impressive. Don't there's any waveform rendered inside the projects. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Also, way up there on my list is Link's Awakening. Unfortunately, this is one where I can't say I like every track in the game because some of them are like dungeon tunes that aren't supposed to be very pleasant to listen to. But what a great game. What a fantastic game. Yeah, Risk of Rain 2 is up there too, yeah. I really like some of the tracks. I like the one that plays on the moon. It's called With Powerful Slowness, I think. Except for I'm pretty sure it's Latin. Con lentitude poderosa or something. Yeah, that one's the whole soundtrack's pretty good. Although that also has some that are kind of hard to listen to because they're not really like, relaxing tunes. It's like you're battling with your code. So yeah, nothing seems to save. Oh wait, I already talked about that. Something does seem to save these settings. So put game scale into video settings. Let's do that really fast. And these aren't real separators and everything here. So we're going to put another thing. We're going to put another label. We're going to move this up. We're going to call this video. We're going to change the name of all these things to settings. And we're going to put the game scale stuff down there. There. Okay, cool. I mean, this looks decent. Again, definitely not great, but it's not bad. Yeah. Will it be out on Steam? Yes, it will be. In fact, there's already a Steam page. Oh my goodness. Wow, look, something to wish list. If I have inspiration, I can make a similar type of instrumentation. Yeah, man, it'd be wild to hear that stuff. I always wonder, how does someone like Toby Fox feel to look at, if you just search for like Undertale music on YouTube? First of all, you'll probably find the official soundtrack, but then you'll probably also find a whole bunch of remixes and stuff. And like this is fantastic, right? It's got to be one of like the highest honors. Have an orchestra play your music. So cool. And get 3.5 million views for that video. So it's like, not only did a professional orchestra play it, but then they did so well that a ton of people wanted to watch and rewatch it. And so wishlisted, thank you. Now you're getting the hang of it. Yeah, I'd love to see what that's like. The closest experience I had with that is I composed a tune called Undertow, and I've got my sucky performance on YouTube, but then this XRXT0 posted their version of it, and that's probably the only time I've had someone else just perform my music without me asking. So I think that's cool. If anyone wants to watch any of that, by the way, it is all right there. Wait, what? No, I don't have a command for that. Oh, I do have a command. It just didn't answer me. Huh. Did I type it wrong the first time? I don't see anything wrong with it. Just don't know how to leave. Yeah. All right, so it's done. Consider refactoring the menus. Yeah, this is all stuff I would do later. Game settings stuff. It's hidden. I don't think it should affect the performance really. All right, see you, Presley. I'll save this here. I think I typed Gmay. Okay, let's check it in. Why is this button not working? There we go. This is your first game? Looks like Godot. It is not my first game. It is Godot, and welcome to the stream. This will be playable for free at the end of next week. And for anyone who hasn't seen it and wants to know what the game is about, so you were an adventurer. It was your dream to adventure, and you were out, you fought a snake, you got poisoned, you died, and you became a skeleton, and you started a town so you can eventually sell antidotes and stuff. So you start out by building up your town a little bit. You make a guild, hire a guild master, and then they give you your first adventurer, and you send them into battle. Battles are automated, so you're not directly controlling them. And when you win that battle, you get your first item, which you can then sell at your first shop. And you put this in your shop, and some customers walk over and buy your item. And then you can upgrade your town and your skills and hire new adventurers and stuff using the money that you get. So eventually the game will look more like this, where you've got like a whole bunch of different things going on inside a battle at once. I haven't actually put any skill points in, so they're not doing a whole lot, but yeah. I think this is the third public game, Ophog and Botland. Yeah, I guess if you don't count Jump Royale and what was it, the Godot shooter RPG, that was mostly just for a course. But yeah, the other games that I made that I would say I finished, I never really launched. Actually, I did release a game a very long time ago on some forums. It was a tower defense game. This was back in like 2006. And that game was actually pretty fun. I don't know if I have the code somewhere still. Do we count the exploding sheep mod? Oh, Animal Royale? Yeah, I guess there was also Chat Royale that we did. Is there something else I'm forgetting in that general series? Oh, there was the sheep NES game. That wasn't ever finished though. Yeah. All right, I think I was looking through the container or the changes and I just never finished. Yeah. This is all looking fine. What about here? Anything unusual? So far, no. Looks good. Looks good. And we changed that to, how is this not breaking everything before, I wonder? Maybe it had to do with order of handling events. Regardless, it doesn't matter because it's working now. That's all I need. Okay. I mean, looks good. I want to run .NET format while I'm reviewing this because it takes a little while. Yeah, I think all this stuff looks fine. Where is this though? In-game menu. Yeah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Did it make any changes? Who knows? Who cares? So we're gonna say split game settings to their own menu. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say than that. All right, how long have I been streaming for today? Oh my goodness. This is, yeah, it's almost been time, but it's crazy to me to think I've spent a little over 5 hours today just doing random tasks. And I think if I didn't completely brace myself against the onslaught of these miscellaneous tasks, that I would have been shattered by now and just thought I can't do it anymore. I am losing some steam, but I think part of that is just it's been a long time. I did a lot yesterday. So we got to figure this out on Friday. This is like task number 1 on Friday. I'm not going to end right now. I want to figure out some other things that we're doing here. Journal. There's the interview with Ella on Friday. Some of these graphics, healing, scenario to test. Start instant mode, can't go off the screen, improve the start battle UI. Oh man. Okay, well this should be pretty easy to do. Or maybe not, actually. I don't know. Something I can help test with the Windows debug build thing. I guess if you want, you could try exporting the build yourself, and then I would know if this is broken on Mac or broken everywhere. But the way you would do that is you'd go to editor and then manage export templates, and then you just click download and install. So that's something I've already done, so I'm not going to do that now. But you click download and install, and that lets you go to the export menu and then export a Windows build. Actually, I don't even think what I said is true. I think I can't export a debug build. Maybe I can export a release build. Let's see. Because I actually don't have a need to export a debug build. That would just be helpful. Is this going to work? It looks like it worked. So yeah, I think I just can't export it with the debug stuff. Let's try that. Yeah, that breaks like really badly. And I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if it's a Mac thing. It's saying you can't find a bunch of namespaces, so maybe it has to do with how we set up our solution files. I don't think that's a problem on Mac, but I should try that. Export with debug. If it fails here too, then it's clear. Yeah, okay. So it's failing here too. Cancel button doesn't do anything. Huh. So then this is just a problem altogether. Okay, so then I don't think we actually need to worry about the Windows build. Where did I write this down? There. I'll just write that it's a bug. Let's just file a new bug. Can't export debug builds. This is probably always going to be low priority because we don't release debug builds publicly. but it would be helpful sometimes to send someone a debug copy so that we don't have to make code modifications in order to expose the debug menu. Anyway, the problem is that when you try to export with debug, when you try to check this box in the export dialog and export flow, it spews a bunch of errors about missing namespaces. I'm just gonna take a picture of that. Okay. Also broken on your end? Yeah. Thank you. This is happening on both Mac OS and Windows, so it probably represents a project configuration problem. I'm not even gonna label this. I don't think this is important. Actually, I'm gonna label this. Priority low, and is there like build or export or something? I'll just say CI. Yeah. It's not really CI, but close enough. Okay, well, now I can take that off my to-do list, I guess. I think I already did. Yeah, I already did. All right, click the party in the end battle screen to edit them. Hey, Willis, welcome back. All is well. How are you doing? So the thing that I'm talking about here is this. You should be able to click this in order to edit your party. And otherwise, that functionality is just not possible. So how do we do that? That is a party section, which has a party member, which probably doesn't expose an on-click. Nope. Does it even have an on-click? Oh, party member base might. On-click. Oh, it does expose one. Well, then look at that. On-click. On-click down a move. Yeah, wow. Quickly walk us through that screenshot workflow, or is that just a built-in Mac tool? That was a built-in Mac tool, but back when I was on Windows, there was a very similar one for Windows called ShareX. So ShareX on Windows and Shotter on Mac. Do you want me to walk you through what I did anyway? I don't know if you're on Windows or if you just still want to see this regardless. I'm happy to do it. I don't mind. I just, if you're like, no, I can't use that program anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, someone else is probably curious. Let me just do it. So first of all, I hit print screen and now use this Shotter to show me the screenshot. And then there are all these tools up here. And A is for arrow, and R is for rectangle, and T is for text. And I think C is for counter. So if you want to be like, oh, click here, then click here, then click here, then click here, it can put counters there for you. You can blur things in the background if you want to. And then you can crop all of this and okay, the cropping doesn't work unless you have the pointer thing selected. Yeah. Yeah, you can crop it. And then as soon as I press escape, it's on my clipboard. So now I could paste it inside a document or something like that. So super convenient, super quick. And also whenever you, like, let's say I just draw something here. Whenever you close a dialog, you can also just reopen it and see the last screenshot. So you don't need to go hunting through your file system. And if I do want to save it for good, I can just hit the save button up here. So I like this quite a lot. It's a very, very good tool. And it also has OCR. I showed this off earlier because I happen to remember the hotkey for it. But if I say something like hi, and then do this, no text detected. Oh, selected area is empty. Do I need to do this and then select it? No, it can't. Okay, so it can't detect my sucky handwriting. But if I took a screenshot of this and then had it detect text, it should work. Yeah, and it got the exact text that it had. Yeah, ShareX is amazing. Also, the creator came into my stream once and saw me using ShareX. Okay, so party member base has an on click, but we need to expose it from party section, I think, which is what has a list of, oh, there is one. Whoa. Okay, this might not be that hard then. I thought this was going to involve a bunch of plumbing a click handler through. Maybe not. This has a party section here. And it has a ready thing here. And yeah, what if we just did party section? Oh my God, I can't type. Dot on clicked. Seriously? It even knows I want to edit the party if I do that? Wow. Good job, AI. All right, let's see. Does it work? Click. It does work. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think we need a tooltip though to tell you that you can even do that. Yeah, ShareX also has a ruler, which sometimes comes in handy. Every once in a while, they're like, "Oh, is this centered?" And the way I would check it now is I would just do this. I would draw a rectangle over here, and then just move the rectangle over to the other side, and then you don't need a ruler. You can just see because you have the same measure on both sides. Hey, James Warner. Figured that to create recordings. Yeah, yeah. For screen recordings, I just use OBS, but I did download some other tool whose name I forgot. I asked Hideo when I got my Mac, what should I load up with? And he suggested a bunch of different things. All right, so the only thing I want then is a tooltip on this. And I don't know if we can just add one or if that's going to be problematic. So let's find out. Come on, and battle screen. All right, so this is a party section. What if we don't have a tooltip, do we? We do have a tooltip. And we have a tooltip on parent thing. So this won't work exactly how I wanted to, but let's try this anyway. This is a test. Yeah, this is what I tried the other day, and this is broken because when you hover over the party member, it's got a hover thing, so it's consuming the mouse event. Could we just turn that off? Did I try that the other day? I don't recall. Is there mouse enter? No. Mouse entered is over here, yes. But what if we turn these off? I just got rid of these completely. That gonna cause any problems? No. Yeah, let's see. Because if that doesn't cause any problems, I can just make a Boolean that lets you turn that off. No, it's still broken. It's only showing the tooltip when I hover on the blank space on the outside of this, which I guess is another problem I need to tackle. Maybe what we could do is have it emit a signal that the parent class uses. I'm not sure. Wait, what is consuming that then? Something's amiss there. Mouse is set to pass. Ignore. Pass. Stop. Ah, that might be it. Maybe I need to change the party members to be pass as well. So let's just try changing that. Mouse filter equals pass. Does that work? Oh, yeah, that does work. Interesting. So we could stop that all from happening, but then we need it to only work when it's on the actual party member, not in the whole party section. And we need to change something else too. I don't remember what. Why is this happening? I'm just trying to think, what is the tooltip on parent thing? How does this work? It's mouse entered and mouse exited. Yeah. And this is taking up the entire space. We could have it not take up the entire space. And then I guess everything would just work. If we made this shrink center. I don't know. Let's try it. Yeah. Yeah. Looks fine. Okay. Well, then there we go. Now we just need to undo the mess I made here, which is this. Set mouse filter to pass. We would change that on the individual party members. Party section, I don't think has a way of doing that. Oh, it'd be party section base that would do that. Show highlight on hover. Yeah, so it'd be something like public bool. Ignore mouse on party members. This would just be a function and whatever. I'll just do this here. Public void set mouse filter on party members. Yep, perfect. Okay, good. And then we call this from the end battle screen on the party section that we have, right? Wow, the AI is really picking this up, huh? And then there's one more thing I'm missing, right? I think so. I thought I made another change that I did not want to actually change. Size flex horizontal. No, that's correct. That's fine. No, that's just temporary. That's fine. That's fine too, yeah. So let's just change the tooltip. So this tooltip would say, click your current party to change which adventurers maybe click to edit your party or change the location at which they're battling. Now let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's not obvious that you can click them though. They should probably highlight themselves. We have code for that. It's just not, it's not configured here. Show highlight on hover. Oh yeah, just turn that off. Oh, it's always nice when you code a class the way you expect to use it. Perfect, yeah. So what happens if I have multiple characters in the same party? And then we win this. Oh, well, that's a mistake. That's a giant mistake. So we want this to never span multiple rows. How do we stop that from happening? I don't know how we do that. Yeah, I don't know how we do that. You said a max height on the container? No. There's no concept of max height. There would just be a minimum height and a height. Let me think about this. What's causing that to happen? It's really just that this thing doesn't know to fill the container. We could make this fill the container and then we wouldn't have the layout problem, but then we would have tooltips on blank space. Maybe we do set this to shrink center and we change something else, like in the party section itself. It might be this. Yeah, it's because we have a VBox container now. So this wouldn't know how to lay this stuff out. How would we change this? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I think we want this to be set to fill, and I think we just need to stop it from showing the tooltip in the background, which means it can't be the party section that has the tooltip, which means we need party section to be aware of when you want a tooltip on it, or we just ignore this and you can click like random stuff. The click handler only happens here too. Oh, we want to give a tooltip to each of these things. I guess we can just do that. Let's try it out. Tooltip on parent. Tooltip on parent. There's somewhere I construct this through code here. So we just copy this, change the text to this, take this out of here and put it into party section base. To be like public void set tooltip on parent, or set tooltip on party members, sure. String text. All right, I know that's not going to work. And then we need to call that from over here. Set tooltip on party members, yeah. There's a semicolon there, yeah. Okay, so to get this to work, we need to know where the tooltip shows. The end battle screen has that. It's right there. So we would pass that into here. Or tooltip. Control.addChild. This would be party member.addChild. There. And now we just change this thing. Tooltip. It doesn't exist? How is that possible? Huh, it really doesn't exist. I guess I just never needed it through code, but I mean, it is right there. So we can just get it. Tooltip. Get it from the ready function. Tooltip, it is a tooltip. And then when we show that thing, I forgot what it said, click to something, yeah, there. Oh, we already have it. Okay. Now I think everything should work just fine. We should have the right tooltip. It should show on just the party members. So now, well, that's probably me forgetting to remove the last one. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't show in blank space. It does show over here. We can click and it does what we needed to do. And now we want to test what happens when you have a lot of party members in a battle. It only shows on the first one. Why? Oh, because we're making one tooltip on parent thing. We got to do this here. Now we fixed it. Good. Yeah, nice. Click to edit your party or change the location in which they're battling. Yeah. That's much better. I don't think this is super discoverable, but I think the odds of you not ever moving your mouse over this is pretty low. But even if you didn't, you just close the battle and click start battle and choose it from up here. So it's one extra click in a different location. Ooh. Okay, let's check that in. Can't read a template. I don't know why it does it every once in a while. To set the mouse filter correctly. And we do this because we don't want... Wait, why did we do this? If I turn this off, what happens? I think the tooltip wasn't working, but I forgot exactly how. No, it looks like it's working now. Yeah, I don't know what I needed to do that for. Set mouse filter on party members to pass. Strange. Yeah, it seems like that's unnecessary. Let me try that one more time and with a full party. Yeah, it looks like it's working just fine. It was only showing before when you hovered over the white space. Now you move the tool. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, cool. So then we can delete this and we can delete this. Looks good. Man, looks good. Yeah, nice. Allow editing a party again. There's also a tooltip that shows over your adventurers when they're done with a battle that tells you that you can do this. Cool. Push all of that stuff. Close this and where'd the task go? Didn't I have this written here somewhere? Did I delete it? Oh, yeah, it's right there. I wasn't reading the first item. Okay. One of the other things we got to do, which I don't think we're going to tackle now, but the start battle UI is probably not as clear as it can be. And it's only just going to keep getting worse and worse as time goes on. But it's this UI. And this is the UI where you pick the location you want to do battle, and then you choose what your party is. And yeah, we could probably make that better. I'm gonna have to put a lot of thought into how to make it better. But I don't think now is that time to do that. But this would be a nice thing to do before people get the game in their hands again. Man. We have game settings. Can that not hit 0? Is that just what it looks like when it hits 0? I guess so. Oh, well, I'm not going to make a custom slider just to fix that tiny thing. I assume that's the only place in the entire game we'll probably even use sliders. Also, I don't think people probably customize the sound and music and everything all that often unless they're on Discord when they're playing. Then maybe they tweak the master volume level a bit. I think music and sound effects, generally when you've configured it, you probably don't configure it again. You know, one of the things I feel all software could probably benefit from is having metrics, but getting an entire metrics pipeline, especially for like every single little behavior that a user can do, is sometimes really tough. It's like, I don't think Godot has something built in. So can we figure out how often you change the sound? Like, yeah, we could track it and then we could send it to some centralized server somewhere and figure out a way of like deduplicating users, and it's just not worth it. But I guess if we were making Fortnite, we'd want to know. All right, this is going to be a major change to how the game feels right now. And people have probably noticed that battles are, you know, sort of like a retro style in that it's not like the characters are making contact with one another to do their attacks. There's just some effect that shows up on top of them. But the characters are literally just static sprites. That was never the plan. We do have sprites for an idle animation, and I need to add them in because they're a special animation that wouldn't exist anywhere else. And GDPR should do that as well, of course. Yeah. Yeah. But even just the technical undertaking you'd have to do to get all of that is quite a lot of work. I'm trying to book a user research session with a friend of mine for Saturday, but I haven't heard back from him yet. But that'll be insightful for me. And if I can't get that person, actually, do I have someone else? User research. People have already given feedback. I asked somebody for No, I asked somebody for checkpoint 2. I didn't ask someone for checkpoint 3 yet. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I have a fallback person. It was a nightmare. Then we swapped systems when GA swapped to GA4, and yeah, just an awful process. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, some of this stuff, at least anything that touches the server already, is much easier to get metrics for. Like in a multiplayer game, if you have like the character choice, for example, it's something you could just log into a database for every game that people do and then query it. But yeah, for something like, you know, how long are people playing for? Or what are they clicking first? Or what's their flow through the beginning of the game? And in the web world, a lot of this stuff is solved, but not in the game world. Okay. I think that's a good stopping point for today, though. I'm going to bump all of this stuff to Friday. At some point, we need to tackle balance again. There should probably be enough items and quests to get like 5 item displays at once. Oh, I'm not even sure you'll need 5 item displays. Yeah. Oh, it's P2P. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. At least I guess it's a pro and con either way. By being P2P, you save a ton of money and you can never have your servers be offline. But then, yeah, you have no injection point for these things unless you have some centralized server just for collecting stats. Let me find someone to raid. I have had a great day, a very productive day. I hope you have all enjoyed the stream. And I hope you got to benefit from some of my productivity by being productive yourselves. All right, we're going to raid. You know what? I don't think I'm actually raiding anyone today. I just don't feel like putting the effort to finding someone. So I think I'm just gonna end the stream. Yeah, thanks all for watching. If you haven't joined Discord, there's the link to it. I'll be back on Friday. Friday is also the interview with Ella, PhD candidate in computer science, and then just more Skeleseller work. So yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all on Friday. Bye.